Next up, MS201TC. This is a pretty common chainsaw. We're gonna go ahead and throw this carburetor on there. I hope I can get the part number on there nice and clear for you. Sprocket, check. And some good old clutch springs. 3 of them. Gonna put these in here. Let's get into it. All right, first thing I wanna do, we're gonna do the clutch drum, clutch springs first, which is right behind here. Let's go ahead and get this off. Make sure our chain brake's off. There we go. Slide right out. Up and out. Chain brake looks good. Still works really nicely. Got a nice gap in there. Opens right back up nicely. We'll go ahead, take this guy off. Get it right out of our way. This is always fun. There she goes. Right out. Set it right there. Remember, this is reverse thread, so we're gonna tighten it. Comes right off just like that. We don't want to tighten it back that way, but you can see we're missing a clutch spring, so that's why these clutch springs are gonna be back in for that clutch. And as easy as that, there's our drum, and you can see just how worn that is. That's way past where it needs to be. It's almost completely broke through the teeth there. So yeah, that's why he's getting a new clutch drum as well. We're gonna go ahead and grease the needle cage right here and put on our new things here. First up, we're gonna change out these clutch springs. Since we're already missing one, I'm gonna start with that. I always put one side in, grab the other side, give it a little pull, and push down with your thumb. Get the puller out of there, and there it is. It just pushes right in like so. Next one, slides right in, give it a pull, pops right out like so. I like to stick it in there like that. She's gone. She gone. Just like I said, put in one side first, hold your thumb right here, push in, pull out, easy as that. One more, here we go. See if I get that one to fly as easy as the other one. Nah, that one didn't go as far. This side in, I hope I'm getting this for you. I'm sorry, I forget where the camera's at. Yeah. And just like that, we have new clutch springs on there, ready to go. Next up, we're gonna grease up our needle cage here and put on our brand new. You can see the difference in this, I hope, of a worn and a brand new one. So this one's definitely been used for quite a while, ready for the change. So I hope I get this on here. This is the big grease that I use. It's from STIHL. This is a big one. You can get these smaller, but you can just simply, I hope I get that number in there clear enough so you can see it. Just give it a little bit on there and twist it, spin it rather. Spin it around, just a light coating on there will do wonders. It'll also reduce some sound if you have a screeching sound that's usually coming from this needle cage being dry and just starting to squeak. So with that in there, we got the grooves lined up. I hope you can see that. Get the grooves lined up in there with your oil worm is what that's called. And then we're gonna go ahead, remember it's reverse thread, so we're gonna tighten to get it down. Now we're gonna, sorry about that. We're gonna tighten this up, not with an impact, because we don't want to snap off that where it escapes me now. I don't know what it is. That noise just made my mind go crazy. Crankshaft. Don't want to snap off that crankshaft. Yep. Oh yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten that down a different way. Alright, so with your clutch drum is going to come this guy. This is to stop the piston from moving so we can tighten this down. It goes in the spark plug hole, so you're going to go ahead and remove your spark plug out of there. We're going to, I hope I get this in to where you can see it. We're going to go in this way, then twist it 180 and push it right onto that pin. You can see there's a special, I hope you can see that, there's a special slit in there that goes right down on there. And now we're going to have it on loosen because we're reverse thread here, and then you'll feel it stop. Now per STIHL it says just tighten down firmly. Go ahead, tighten that down firmly, and that's it. Now to get this back out, just gonna pop it straight up and off. Remember that 180, and then right back out. There we go. You can set that aside, put it in your toolbox, set it aside for the next time you do this, or you could just throw it away. Come on, baby, in the basket. Oh, close. Because if you have to switch out your clutch drum again, you're gonna get that piece again with it. So that's nice and easy. This was the puller I used. I do not have a part number for this. This is STIHL. You can get this from STIHL with a quick Google search. I think it's it's called a spring puller, something of that nature, but this is from STIHL. You can get this. I highly recommend this to try and change these guys out. It'll make your life a whole lot easier. And that's clutch drum, clutch springs. Now we're on to the carburetor. All right, it's come time to change out this carburetor. Go ahead and take that off. We have a nice looking air filter here that just pops right on out like so. We'll go ahead and check out this. There's the part number once again for the carburetor we are installing on this MS201TC today. This is an M-tronic, so we have a fuel injector and computer, all sorts of stuff going on in here. But that is what's going to go in here. We'll go ahead, take these, lickety split. This should pull right out. I always just keep them right in there, just like that. Pop that out. Looks relatively clean inside here, so that's good. I always like to look at that. And this was our problem. We have a smash line here. That's the power line. That's why it's red. But it is smashed and probably just barely hanging on in there, which is more than likely causing all of the running problems. So we're gonna go ahead and switch this out. But first and foremost, always check. Oh, we're empty. Empty, dry, empty. Perfect. That means no shower today when we pull this guy off. No shower. Beautiful. You can usually get your finger in there, unplug that from there, pull it straight out. There may be some resistance, and that's because of your pulse hose down here. The fitting into your pulse hose kind of gets stuck from time to time, but I just leave it like that, and just as easy as that, we're out. See the old versus the new. Let's get the new one in. Don't get them confused. All right, let's go ahead and get this baby in here. Now we know this black piece here goes into the back. This will frustrate you very much if you're trying to do this yourself. If you have any trouble or problems at all, just take it to your local STIHL dealer. They'll be able to get it in, but this can be kind of frustrating. First frustrating thing might be you have to get this in a weird angle, as you see that, down and up and back. But once it's in there, if you keep this black piece always pointing towards the back, you'll do all right. And of course, on the throttle side, we have two holes. So which one does the throttle go into? It goes into the small hole. Tell me how I know that. So with it in the small hole, I hope you're getting that. You have to keep your finger on there or it will pop right out of there. I use that black piece there to kind of hold it in as I line up your one down here and just push it straight back. Hopefully that stayed in. I'm telling you, it's very frustrating. Go ahead and pull your fuel line out. It will always get caught back behind there. Pull it out, push it in, make sure it's in solid. Let's hope it stayed in. Pull the trigger. We got movement. We've got movement. It stayed in there. That normally never happens on the first try. That was good. Don't forget, plug in. And this only goes in one way. You can see there's a clip this way. So we're gonna put the clip towards the opening. So red on top. And this is another part that is really fun to try and get in there, but you can see that red's on top, black's on bottom. These cords, wires, rather, can stay just like that. Don't forget, put your fuel line back on. And before we put the piece back on, I'm gonna test it again. Yes, we got movement everywhere. Everything's moving. We can even test the choke. Choke is staying on nice. Beautiful. Choke opens up when it's supposed to. That's looking good. Go ahead and close it up. Right on. No problem. Keep them bolts right in there. Right back in. Give it a quick tighten. Just like so. Air filter back on. Cover back on. Alright, we're getting close to seeing if she's going to fire up. The cover back on. Let's go ahead and put our spark plug back in. Make sure you get your spark plug back in, tighten down correctly. Alright, spark plug is back in. We're going to go ahead and put the bar back on. Before we put it back on, and make sure the oil holds both of them, even though this one doesn't matter if it's clear really. But this one most definitely does. Gonna put that on. Now, you're gonna have to loosen the bar up. Come on, get in there, there it goes. Gonna have to loosen the bar up. Because now, with the new clutch drum on there, the chain is not in those holes that you saw grooved into there. So I've already loosened it up a little bit. It slid right on. And you also loosen it up by this guy right here. The tensioner screw. Loosen that up a little bit so your bar slides right on, just like so. And then we'll tighten it up here in a second. And get our guard on here. Tighten it up just a smidgen. I get it about hand tight. Just like so. Lift your bar up. See that? Now, normally I want about a dime to be able to fit in there. So we're a little loose here. We're just gonna tighten it up a little bit to where we can just about, just about get a dime. Ooh, that's mighty close, right about there. Just a dime in there. You can almost slide a dime right through the gap of this bottom tooth and the bar. So that's about perfect there. We can go ahead and tighten it down. Nice and tight, nice and safe. Go ahead, remember this trick. We're moving. Chain brake. Not moving. We're ready to roll. First some gas. I have my mix in here. I'm gonna be very careful here. Yes, drink. Drink it up. Good, good. Tighten it down. Now, since this is an M-tronic, no primer ball, no nothing. This is probably going to take a couple pulls to get the gas flowing into the new carburetor, into the cylinder, and get her started up. And let's try it out. Now to safely start this, we have our chain brake on. Hold the trigger down, put it to the arrow, Let it sit in between the legs, nice and firm. There it goes. Not sounding too bad. Sounded a little weak there at the end because he's just not warmed up. But yeah, successful. Sounding pretty good. Gonna go get her cleaned up. On to the next one.